everyone, I am Coach Lupus. This is my little man Marley. He likes to stretch with me. I am here to teach you guys a quick little, about a 15-minute stretch yoga workout video to help you guys with your upcoming season. Your coaches reached out to me and told me about some different areas that some of you need help in, just flexibility, range of motion. I can't stress to you guys enough the importance of stretching on a daily basis. I have been an athlete my entire life. I teach at Lake Mary. I now also teach one of the yoga classes, so if anyone's ever interested in that, that's a great way for you to stay flexible and active and agile on a daily basis. But so one of the biggest reasons to stretch on a daily basis, again, is to help with your flexibility, range of motion, but the biggest is injury prevention. You are going to put your body through a lot of strenuous activities, workouts, things like that, and it's so important for you guys to make sure that you are keeping your bodies healthy, that you're keeping them safe so that you can actually play in the games and not have any type of injuries or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and walk you through some various stretches that I've put together for you guys. But again, I do have to tell you that in order for you to gain flexibility, holding stretches for just a count of 10 is not going to do it. And I know that a lot of us athletes, that's what we're taught is, you know, a quick little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 10. That is not going to do the trick, okay? Especially with my hitters, if you're serving overhand, things like that, your rotator cuff is so important, and you really need to make sure that you are stretching for a long period of time. I mean, when you get to stretches, the ones I'm going to show you today, we'll hold them quickly, but you need to make sure that you're holding them for at least 30 seconds to a minute if you want to help that range of motion and flexibility, okay? So I will show you them today, but then please go and use this information on your own, practice at home, stretch at home. You can do any of these stretches while watching TV, you know, hanging out, things like that. So here we go. First thing we're gonna do is go ahead and stand up. Just nice and simple, we're gonna do some trunk twists, okay, to open up the core here, also open up the hip flexors and get our shoulders rotating, hands at about chest level. Feet are gonna stay right in the position, okay? And you don't wanna have them moving a whole lot. We're just twisting here at the core. So we're just gonna twist side to side, and you wanna open up as much as you can. So turn that head all the way around your shoulder to the back of you, okay? So again, I'm gonna go through these stretches pretty quickly just so I can get to as many as possible for you guys. But as you're doing them on your own, take a little bit more time. So that means you can pause the video, or if you can just write some of them down, you can come back to them and do them on your own. So again, these are standing trunk twists. Next one, feet together, interlace your fingers together, reach the palms high above your head. Okay, so if you can't see me, high above your head, palms are face up, and you want to pull through the middle of your body. Your hands should not be in front, not in back, right in the middle. Once we're standing nice and tall, you can lean to the right or to the left on each side. Again, we're opening up the core here. You're also keeping your shoulders together, so those are nice and engaged. Leaning to the opposite side. Again, I'm going through these pretty fast just so you guys can get an idea. This yoga term is called swaying palm tree. Okay, so swaying palm tree is just side to side. Again, all opening up the obliques and the side body there. Next one you're gonna do is reach behind your back, connect the palms together, and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Now, a lot of us sit like this and think that that's how it's supposed to be. Try to do your best to squeeze your palms together and pull through the chest, okay? When we're pulling through the chest here, you're really opening up your shoulders here, your rotators, also your trapezius, which is that huge muscle that goes in between your shoulder blades. So really squeezing this, taking your time for this. This is a big one you want, especially for people who are overhand servers and hitters in the front row. Don't mind my little one here. Okay, also standing from this position, still keeping your hands together. Widen your feet, wider than shoulder width apart, okay? Just bend at the waist, hinge at the waist, and notice how I'm keeping a nice straight back, straight legs all the way through. Drop the head, hands go over top of the head like this, okay? Holding here, you wanna pull those arms as much as you can over top of your head. Good. Again, hold that for as long as you can. Next, feet are still gonna be nice and wide. All you're gonna do is you're gonna just put your hands together. You can also put your arms across as well if you want to get a double stretch here, okay? So if you want to put the arms across there, that's fine. You're going to lean all the way over to your left side, putting all of your weight over here, okay? We're going to do both static and kinesthetic. So we're holding here, and then you can switch, move to the other side. Good. And then you just keep doing that back and forth, switching to either side. If the arms become too much for you, okay, you can always put the hands in the center, holding. Okay, so static is holding. If you want to move, keep those joints nice and fluid. Awesome. Good. Next, we're going to move to a front lunge, okay? So just for now, right leg in front, left leg back, kneeling down, okay? Always checking to make sure your toe is in front of your knee. You never want your foot back behind your knee because then you're adding too much pressure to the top of your knee there. So foot always in front of the knee, okay? Get a nice wide straddle here, okay? Especially you girls who are a little bit more flexible and can maybe do the splits. You want to get as much straddle here as you possibly can. Put all of your weight on that front leg, okay? Right here, you're going to feel that big in your hip flexors, your quads, your glutes, even your hamstrings, okay? If you are flexible enough, you can bend that back foot, reach back with your hand, go ahead and grab it, okay? So the same foot that is being bent, you're grabbing back with that arm as well. That's a great stretch. Hold that one. When you're done with that, all you're gonna do is rock your weight backwards, bringing your chest on down, okay? So this front leg is straight, hands on both sides, bringing the chest down, trying to keep that back as straight as possible, okay? Notice that I'm not rounding out my back here because that's not gonna gain any flexibility. You wanna keep your hamstrings nice and loose here. So that is what you're pulling on, is you're working on your hamstrings, your hip flexors, and your lower back. Okay, when you're done with that, you swap it out, do the other side. Anything you do on one side, you always must do on the other side. So leaning forward, opening up all of them. Again, holding for 30 seconds to a minute. If you're able to, bend that back foot, grab with the same hand that the foot is bent, squeeze it, pull, and then lean forward on the front one as well. Good. Awesome. Okay, good. So moving on to the next one, and by opening up the shoulders here, like that. You're gonna go ahead and lay all the way down onto your stomach. Arms are gonna go out to the side like a T, okay? You're gonna lift up, whatever leg you lift up, your opposite face cheek is gonna go down. So for now, I'm gonna put my right face cheek down, which means I'm gonna lift up my left leg. By lifting up my left leg, I'm gonna twist it to the right side of my body, try to pull that foot all the way down. Okay, here, big hip flexor opener, lower back, and your shoulders. So you're getting this is an amazing stretch. Hold this one for a long time. It's nice and juicy. Okay, here, your left shoulder is gonna wanna pop up off the ground. That naturally happens. Just allow it to pop up, but try to kind of force it down if you can. So again, here, we're really opening up the side body. You can open up the knee a little bit more. Good. And then, of course, you swap to the other side. So now my face cheek goes to the left side, right leg goes up, we twist it on over. Again, that right shoulder is going to want to pop up, force it down, open up those shoulders, open up the lower back. Good. Staying here on our stomach. We're going to bring our hands to chest level, okay? So now we're bringing our feet together, bringing the feet together down here. Hands are at chest level, and all you're going to do is just gently push up. Here you notice that my arms are still bent a little bit. My arms are still bent a little bit. And you're just going to push through the chest, okay? Once you get enough flexibility there, I want you to extend all the way up, okay? This one feels so good. This is amazing for your lower back. This is actually a great one to do first thing in the morning. So with your arms completely extended, you're pushing your hips all the way down, and you can just kind of move the hips left to right, side to side, okay? Right there, you're gonna feel a big, big, big stretch in your lower back. And again, holding these positions for a long period of time is really where you're gonna get a lot of the juice at, okay? Because if you are just stretching quickly, it's not gonna make a difference at all, I promise, okay? Also, what you can do is you can lower yourself down. When you push up, you're gonna, when you push up, you're gonna look over your right shoulder, looking back at your feet. Same thing, push down, push up, look over your left shoulder, opposite shoulder. Okay, good. That's a great one for your lower back. And remember, when you're pushing up, push those hips down. All right, good. Holding it there. Beautiful. All right, so coming on up to our knees. This one is called a camel pose. What you're gonna do is you're going to put your hands, act like they're in a lower, like you're putting them in your back pockets, okay? So you're gonna put them in your back pockets, so on your lower back. My arms right now are nice and relaxed. What I wanna do is pull the elbows together, okay? Now when I'm pulling the elbows together, I wanna keep my hips forward, okay? Now this one, there's gonna be two variations of this, just depending on your back flexibility. This is a huge stretch for your lower back, okay? So pulling our hips forward and our elbows together, you're going to start gently pulling your shoulders backwards, okay? One by one, you're gonna release one hand to your ankle, and then your opposite hand to your ankle, still pulling my hips forward and dropping my head back. Now, if that is too much for you, what you're gonna do is you're gonna keep your hands on your lower hips, squeeze the shoulders together, pull the hips forward, and then just drop the shoulders back, okay? And this might be what you wanna do beginning before you drop one down. Now, if you can only drop down one hand, maybe extend the opposite hand that way, and then you can swap it out. Listen to your body, okay? If you're able to drop both of them down to go into a full camel, pull those hips forward. Excellent, good. Once you're done with that, again, depending on your knees, and this one might be a little hard on the gym floor, so just, you know, if you have knee pads, that would be great. These are great for if you have knee pads. But what I want you to do is widen out your knees as much as your hips, okay? Now, if you have knee issues, I want you to pull your knees together, okay? But if you're okay with no knee problems, knees nice and wide, what you're gonna do is you're gonna sink down your butt in between your feet, okay? So looking down at my feet, you should see my feet on the outside of my butt, okay? You wanna try to squeeze your knees in as close together. This is a huge stretch for your knees, your quadriceps, your hips, and your lower back. Hands, your fingertips are gonna point towards your butt, and you're gonna slowly start to walk backwards, okay? Again, listen to your body. Remember, you do not need to look like anybody else on your team. You don't need to look like me. Listen to yourself. This is a big, big, big stretch for your knees, quads, butt, and hips as well, okay, lower back. So begin slowly, start lowering your body down, okay? As you lower your body down, see how far you can go down and go all the way to your back if possible, okay? So once you're on your back, lay here, squeeze the knees together, and hold it. Now again, if you cannot go that far, do not stress it. Here is fine. Even pulling those knees together and sitting on top of them and then walking your hands backwards is okay as well. All right, so make sure that you guys are really just listening to your body, and you'll be fine, okay? Next one is going to be, this is called a needle. You're gonna get to all fours, okay? So you're gonna go to your tabletop, all fours. Hands are directly underneath your shoulders, knees are directly underneath your hips. Notice they're not back, they're not forward, they're directly underneath. Okay, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your right hand first, extend it high up to the sky, open up. By opening up here, just hold that pose for a minute. Okay, you're opening up your shoulders, you're twisting your lower back. After you hold that for a little bit, you're gonna, it's called needle through. You're gonna take your hand, pull it through your front arm and your knee, pull through, drop down to your shoulder. Okay, once you drop down to your shoulder, your left arm comes forward. Now I understand that not all of these stretches you might not want to do before a game because they look kind of funny in front of everybody, but if you're just in the gym around your teammates, it doesn't really matter, okay? So I know this is another one that maybe you might not want to do in front of everybody, but it's so good and juicy for your shoulders, okay? And once you're here, if you want even a deeper stretch, what you can do is just drop your legs all the way down onto the ground, and you're sinking all of your weight onto your shoulder there, okay? Big shoulder stretch. Of course, opposite side, tabletop, left arm goes up open here, and you want to keep it nice and open as well. Again, holding for several seconds. Needle it through, drop the shoulder down, right arm extends forward, and then you can drop down to your legs if you wish, okay? So a couple of these are different variations. It's up to you which one you want to do, okay? Next one, this one's just kind of a little bit of a fun one. Opposite arm, opposite leg. What I mean by that is you're going to extend your opposite leg out, opposite arm forward, bend this back knee, reach back with the opposite hand, and pull up. Okay, here you're working on your hip flexors, your quads, and then your shoulder as well for that flexibility. Same thing on the opposite side. Right leg goes back, left arm comes up. You reach back, grab the foot, open up the shoulders. Good. Excellent, excellent. All right, cool. All right, another one that we can do for your hip flexors. A lot of you probably already do this one as well. Just knees are bent here. Taking your right foot, crossing it over top of your left knee, right? Simple enough. Here, when you're here, you can sit like this. You can keep it just nice and still. If you want to do some static, what I do is I put my right arm underneath my right knee. My foot goes into my left elbow like I'm holding a baby, and I just kind of move side to side. Okay, this is really, really nice and yummy for your hip flexors. Okay, so you just squeeze it like that. You can place it back on the knee, and what you're gonna do is the foot side, you're gonna drop it down to the floor, and you're gonna take your left hand, put it over top of the knee, and twist. All right, cool, so opposite side, left ankle up on right knee. You can keep it nice and neutral there, okay, keep it still. Or if you wanna add that static element, grab the knee, grab the foot, cradle it like a baby. Yes, cool. Place it back on top of your knee, and then drop that foot all the way down. Right arm goes across the knee, sitting and twisting, looking over that shoulder. Again, great for your shoulders, hip flexors, quads, stomach, all that good stuff. Okay, got a couple more for you. Next one is called a pigeon pose. Pigeon pose, what we're gonna do is just come on back to your tabletop. We're gonna take our right knee, bring it to the center of our body. That back leg is gonna go extended way out behind us. Taking this, let me switch back a little bit. Taking this foot here, you wanna bring it as much to a 90-degree angle as possible. So when you're looking down at your leg, mine doesn't quite go there. I'm not quite that flexible yet, but just pull this foot as much out to the side as you can. Left foot goes back. This one I want you to hold for a long period of time. I'm just gonna go through it quickly. Okay, sitting up nice and tall, walking those hands back to hip level, and then dropping it forward, taking your arms forward, putting all of your body on top of your thigh. Okay, take your time with this one. This is a great one for hip flexors. It's absolutely amazing. Okay, when you're done with that, you can come up to the top. Again, bend that back foot, grab, pull, and squeeze. Different variations here. You can hold, you can pull that foot to the middle of your elbow. If you want to add a balance, lift up the opposite arm, connect together, okay? You can do different things like that. Okay, try to follow along. So we're back here in our pigeon pose. Again, I'm going through these really fast. All of these, please, please, please hold for a long period of time. I guarantee you, you will see a difference in your flexibility if you take time every day to do this. And you hold each pose for at least 30 seconds to a minute. Okay, so we're back in our pigeon pose. All you're gonna do is you're gonna drop all of your weight now to the right-hand side. You're gonna sink down to your right butt cheek. Your left leg, we're gonna swirl it around. So bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it, all the way over until you can cross over top of that bottom knee, okay? What you wanna do is you're gonna have a lot of different people with different flexibility here, that's okay. Just, squeeze that knee in as tight as you can, okay? So looking at me, your chest is in the middle, your knee should be lined up through the middle of your chest, yes? Okay? Here, go ahead and extend one arm up, one arm is gonna go underneath, you're gonna connect and pull together, okay? By pulling through, you are connecting with opening up your shoulders. Here, your hip flexors are nice and open, and this is a big quad stretch, all right? Good. Sorry, excuse me. So with that being said, those arms are being squeezed there. If you cannot connect your hand underneath your other hand, you can just grab it and pull like that. Okay, again, opening up your shoulders. Next thing I want you to do is hands on both sides of your legs. Drop your chest down, extend those hands out in front of you, and sink your chest all the way down on top of your knees. Great hip flexor opener. Okay, and of course, we want to do the opposite side. So we do left knee forward, right knee back, sit up nice and tall. Make sure we're centered here. We're not sitting on one side. We're nice and centered. Good. Drop your weight all the way forward. Sink down into that. Let your body sink down, let your hips sink down. You're gonna feel it right away in your glutes and your hips. Okay, push yourself up. Again, I'm going through this at warp speed. Pulling that foot towards your bottom. You can pull the foot into your elbow, opposite arm up, connecting. That requires a lot of balance though. Okay, so that's just a little extra bonus if you want. Once you release, you can have a seat onto your left side. Then you take your right leg, bring it all the way around, cross it over. This is called cow face pose, because if you look at me, they're supposed to look like cow lips, I guess, or cow's face, I guess, I don't know. It's an Indian term, because that's where yoga came from, India. So opposite hand up, opposite hand under, go through, connect them together. Again, if that bottom hand is not connecting with your hand, grab your elbow up top and just hold it there while you're in cow face pose. Holding that for a good amount of time. Once you're done, release, drop the hands to the side, drop it down in front of you. Yes? Yes, yes, yes. Good. All right, let me get to my last two. Another one is called a lizard pose. Okay, lizard pose. We're gonna start with one foot out in front. Okay, another foot extended back behind us. All right, again, a nice wide angle here. Both hands are gonna go to the right side. So if my left foot is forward, both hands are going to the right side. This one is a big stretch. You're gonna feel this huge in your hip flexors, lower back, and stomach. Okay, so here, you're gonna begin to lower your chest down. Try not to drop your head down like this. You're just lowering the chest down, all right? So that's a really great stretch, again, for your quadriceps, hips, lower back, all that yumminess. Good, when you're done with that, obviously we swap it out. Good. Both hands go now to the left side. So if my right foot's forward, left hands are down. I lower myself down as much as I can. Good to go. All right. Last two to finish out. This one you definitely don't want to do in front of a bunch of crowded people because you'll definitely get a lot of attention. Okay, but it does feel really good just to do in the privacy of your own practice. All right, it's called Happy Baby. What you're gonna do is you're gonna lay down on your back. Both legs are gonna go up in the air, and you're gonna grab onto your foot, both feet on the outsides, okay? So right now my knees are on the inside, my arms are on the outside. I lay all the way down back, and I'm gonna pull my feet towards my chest. So my knees are going on the outside of my chest, and here I can play around. I can extend one leg up, bring it on down. I can extend the opposite leg on down. I can extend both legs up. But Happy Baby, you want to pull those feet toward your chest. And they call it Happy Baby because if you look at a baby like in their crib or playing around, they grab their feet. And you can even rock side to side to kind of open up your back. Yes? Okay, Happy Baby. Last one, child's pose. This one's nice and yummy. This one is great for your lower back. Also, ladies, this is good if you're ever cramping or anything like that, okay? So knees, shoulder width apart. Bring your toes together in the back, yes? Widen out your knees as big as your hips, okay? So for some people, it might be a little bit smaller, other people bigger. Go your knees as wide as your hips. Sink your bottom down. Sink your chest forward. Drop your head down. Everything sinks down here. Okay, so you want to allow for your middle section to drop all the way down between your feet. Good? Awesome. So I know I went through that really, really quickly. Please know that, again, all of those poses should be held for at least 30 seconds, okay? I did not really start gaining my flexibility until I started doing yoga. Again, I've been an athlete my entire life, great coaches, but a lot of times we do not focus on the flexibility as much as we should. So this is something that you will need to do on your own. I also want to encourage anybody, if you have room in your schedule, I do teach a Yoga 1 and a Yoga 2 class. So that means you could stretch every single day. But also remember that along with stretching, to become an amazing athlete, you have to nourish your body. Make sure you're getting plenty of water. Make sure that you're incorporating fruits, vegetables, greens, protein, all that good stuff into your daily eating habits. So if that means you have to go out and pre-make some food and stuff like that rather than eating the school food, make sure that you're doing that. But the most important you want to make sure that you have is mental strength. Make sure that you are taking time every day to do something good for yourself, whether it's meditate, take some quiet time, organize your thoughts, go through all the crap that's going on, let it go, release it so you can focus all of your energy onto your practices, into your teammates, and into yourself and your coach. Because again, it doesn't matter how physically fit you are or how good you are at a sport. If you're not mentally strong, it's not gonna matter, okay? So thank you for joining me. I am here if you want any more other workouts. I have an Instagram, it's called Kelly Peaceful Warrior. Also, you can come and see me anytime in my classroom. I'm down at 177 once we get back to school. I'm right next to the gym. I would love for you guys to stop by if you need advice on anything, if you are sore in any areas, or you want some flexibility tips, or you just want to chit chat and talk to me. Please come and meet me. I would love to meet all of your beautiful faces. Good luck this year on your season. I know you guys are going to do an amazing job because you have a killer coach. And best of luck to you guys. Peace and love.